Let's do this, Ace. Here we go.
Let's do this.
We
Let's
go.
do
Here we go. Here we
this.
go.
Let's do this.
All right, y'all. I bring this in.
Create
I
dopamine.
create sin.
Create dopamine.
Create sin.
Create dopamine.
Create
I said
sin.
create dopamine.
We another mother. Patio. Hey.
Another mother patio.
We
Hey.
another mother. Patio. Hey.
Another mother patio. Here
Here
we
we
go.
go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here
Here
we
we go. We about to do the mother freaking
go.
show. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Go.
Get your coffee, get your tea, get your life. Woo! Yeah, Lord. You got your coffee or your tea? Which one is in there?
I got my life. I got
You got
water
your
in
life.
here. That's life. I got the life part.
Oh my gosh, everybody, how are you guys doing? Let us first thank you so much for the views, so much for the likes. We finally got one comment. Thank you,
Yes.
Dana,
About
for
time.
the
Don't be
one
afraid. Don't be
comment.
scared.
Why
Jump
y'all
in. The
be
water's
scared to give a
warm.
comment? It's okay.
Jump in. The
It's
water's warm. Don't be
okay.
scared.
And we're fine. Like, tell us what you really think. Like, if we
Yeah. Yeah.
suck, like, let
Yeah.
us know. It's like,
Water's
okay.
warm. Come on in.
Oh, never,
Water's
never,
warm. Come on in.
nevertheless.
Jump in. Bring your
Right,
bathing suits.
exactly. Mm. Nevertheless, guys, we don't underestimate every like, every view. It means so much. You could be doing a lot of
It
things
really
at the
does.
time, but you chose to listen to our show, listen to our views as we continue to grow our platform. So thank you. So I'm checking in. I'm gonna check in with Ace right now. But guys, let me know how are you doing, Ace? Everything okay?
Everything is everything. We're here. We're alive. Hey, listen, how was today? I woke up, so it was a good start,
That
and
part.
just trying to be the fullest a brother can be, launching from there, and that needs to be the focus for the remainder of days that we got, because we don't know how many we all got. So you know what I'm saying.
Ooh.
Wake up. If you woke up, all right, let's start. It's a good start to the day, and then
So on
hopefully you
that
can do it again tomorrow best way you can. All right.
So, so on that note, guys, I'm gonna go into our inspirational quote because it ties right into what Ace is talking about. So our quote says, "Those we lost are still with us. They are beside us. They are near us. Their presence will be felt, and their love will linger forever. Tomorrow is unknown, so take one step, breathe, be kind, and know that all will be all right."
We gonna be all right.
Hey.
Gonna be all right.
We
We
gonna be
gonna be
all
all
right.
right. Gonna be all right. Can you hear me? Can you feel me? We
We
gonna be
gonna be
all
all
right.
right.
Wow.
So
Ain't
that
that on
quote,
time?
yeah, I put that out there, guys, just because there's a lot obviously going on in aviation right now. A lot of loss of life right now for aviation workers, regular passengers, just injuries happening with people. Also, I'm not sure if you guys saw the show that I did on the two flight attendants that are no longer with us. So I just wanted to let people know, especially with Valentine's Day too passing as well, Ace, a lot of people were sad around that time, and because they might have lost someone that they love very much. Because, Valentine's Day is for everyone, any love that you have with anyone. And so I just want people to know that that presence is still near you, it's with you, it's all the time. And I want people to also remember when things are tough, you have to just sometimes take a breath, woosah, and just know
Woosah.
everything will be all right.
We gonna be all right.
That part. That
Yeah,
part.
Valentine's Day is a very interesting holiday. I like to
Uh,
believe that me and my sister were
mm-hmm.
both created products of Valentine's Day, because my sister's birthday is exactly 9 months after Valentine's Day. And my birthday is 8 months and 29 days, or however many days from Valentine's Day. So I like to think on Valentine's Day that Charles and Sequoia were reinforcing their love.
All right. Boy, he just
We
gave us a
gonna be
mind.
all right.
And before the show, Ace and I was talking about, I wanted to know when he was born because I fuss with him a lot about time. And come to find out, let them know what time you were born.
I was born. It was in the. I can't remember. I remember a couple different times. I've even heard 11:58 once, but I've heard 11:38. I've heard 11:46. I've heard 11:49. Uh, so somewhere in there. And my sister's birthday is November 14th. So Charles, as Seporia so affectionately called him, Charles was trying to get her to hold on, so that I could be born on the 14th. And so she had said the comment of, "Ooh, boy, you was defying your mom, X, Y, and Z. You just come when you came when you want to." I said, well, I think I probably defied both of them because that's when I told her the story about Charles wanting me to hold on so that me and Candace Ann, my sister, uh, my dog, could share a birthday so that they only had to do one party. I know how they was thinking. Hey, listen, what I'm saying? They came from the South. Hey, look, we one party. And guess what? I was born on November 13th. Candace is November 14th, and we all had one party anyway. It still worked out. Mama was making, especially in the early days, my mama was making one cake. Hey, and you invite all your little friends. Anthony invite your friends. Candace invite your friends. We got one cake. We got one cake.
Oh my God. I
So I
feel
always think about Valentine's Day in a little different way as I think about and do the math on when me and Candace Ann were born. So yeah, that's the thought that
interesting.
always crosses my Valentine's days.
I think a lot of people probably got pregnated on Valentine's Day because it is
I
the
mean, I
one.
mean, you too.
Exactly.
Hey,
We actually share the same
like I
birthday.
say, yeah,
So
you
we'll have
too.
to tell our full story, but there is a reason why we are another mother.
There it is.
We were born obviously the same day,
Yes,
different year, but definitely the same date. And we share so much in common. But the funny thing is that he was born at night. And one of my biggest things I fuss with him about is showing up on time. I was born early in the morning. And I don't know if we got any people that are in astronomy and zodiac and all of that stuff, but I
right.
find it very, very funny how I'm very punctual with time. Anybody know me with time management? And then people who are born later are these people who tend to kind of roll at a different speed, show up late. So I'm curious to know if anybody is born late, are they a late person? Is that kind of
That's
symbolically who
interesting.
you are? And then people who are born early in the morning, are we naturally early people type of go, let's go, let's do it, let's do it, let's get it on time? So we just thought that was really funny when we were
Very
talking about that
interesting.
earlier. It is interesting.
That's interesting.
No, it is, guys. So we are going to talk about health. Each week we try to talk to you about different health topics. As you guys know, I've been using the Noom app. If you guys want to update, I lost 2.2 pounds this week. Give it up for me.
Hey, they all
Woo.
count.
Now, half of that was probably stress, though.
Hey, listen, now, hey, what? Hey, look, whatever, MF. They all count.
Y'all, so y'all might be seeing his face slimming down a little bit, but did lose 2.2. Noom is definitely great. My coach on there, Laura, is amazing. Like I said, she keeps me accountable. And so I love her for that. But what we're going to talk about is two things that we think is very important. Anthony, did you want to take these two things? Because you are the epitome of health. Ever since I've known you, you've been doing burpees.
I have been doing burpees. I actually burpees is I don't know if you guys are. I'm sure everybody is familiar with burpees, and everybody does a different form of burpees. But burpees literally changed my workout. I wish I got introduced to burpees when I was in high school. When I played
Right.
sports, I would have been a monster. My dog, one of my best friends on earth, Craig Bernard Lassane, taught me the burpees. So when I met Lisa, I was a couple years in, but I was still new to it. Like now, I'm 25 deep. You know what I mean? I'm still busting down balls. I'm 25 deep on them burpees now. You understand? So that fits into the health segment because we were talking about kickboxing and a lot of so first of all, portion control. This was something even with my as you evolve in life, like I said, I don't like to use older. As you evolve through life, your body just responds differently.
Hmm.
So, in the younger years, I used to be able to kind of just eat. However, I was into portion control, but you still, it all tightens up, pause, as you get
Hmm.
older, right?
Yeah.
So the portion controls is something that really became um, uh, a fascination for me from the standpoint of you can tell when your body is working on the right portion control. You just feel
Hmm.
different throughout the day,
True.
especially as you consistently go. Now, we all have cheat days. It doesn't mean you got to be perfect by any means. Actually, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Me and my guy, Paul's Ricky Allen, were just talking about this over last weekend. It's really about um, control, portion control and intervals that you eat. If you're eating a good little portion, and that doesn't got to be crazy. And again, nobody's perfect at it, so don't let me front like I'm perfect at it or whatever. But this,
Right.
if you always use this as a guide, you'll always kind of be ahead of the game as opposed to behind, because you'll always have that in mind. So when you eat, you'll pay attention to the time you eat. You'll pay attention to what you eat. You'll pay attention to the order in which you eat things. A lot of times you can have some of the little, cheats or whatever. It just has to be in a certain order after a while. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You can't just wake up and then go just get you some chips. You know what I'm saying? Your body's going to process that differently. You can probably have some chips at some point throughout the day. But
Yeah.
if you have chips throughout that day, that's probably just going to be your chip day. You can't be having chips that day and cookies that day. It's just, you can still have, you just have to control
Portion.
portions,
Yeah.
timing of it. Like I say, I've eliminated a lot of things simply because as I got older, you know what I'm saying? Again, your digestive system, and sometimes it's just not worth eating certain things. I would eat pizza every day if I could. It's just not worth it.
Right.
I would
Right.
eat it every day. I love pizza. I
Yeah.
would eat it every day if I
Yeah.
could. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I, I
Hmm.
I rarely can because I've just gotten to the point now in life where I got to be really particular with dairy. I just have to be particular with it. And again, there's so much preparation to eat pizza now. A lot of times I ain't got that kind of time. I got to do some fruit. I got to do some vegetables. I got to do some like toast, some type of bread, something. I got to do some
Yeah.
oatmeal or something. I got to eat a meal just to get prepared to eat. I don't have that time all the time to be
Right.
doing that. So it's
Right.
paying attention and whatever how your body works. It's paying attention to that because it really does affect a lot of other areas that you may not realize are being adversely affect because you're not paying attention. You may not
Hmm.
realize it, couple simple changes and you realize, damn, I got a little more energy today. Oh, dang, I kind of woke up easier out of bed today. Oh, damn, yeah, yeah.
Or
My
personality
skin is
too.
looking a little better today. Oh, yeah. Da, da,
Yeah.
da. When I brush my teeth look whiter. It affects all. There's all
Everything.
kind of things in
Hmm.
play.
Hmm.
That's what keeps you. Yeah, hey, looks keeping you young. So that and so portion control and then kickboxing is one of those sports whenever I watch it I wonder why it's not bigger because it's one of the most, I mean, you have UFC, mixed martial arts are
Yeah.
awesome, obviously boxing, I'm a big boxing person, but kickboxing you kind of get the best of both worlds because there are certain people who don't really like or aren't as big of fans of mixed martial artists because they would rather see more striking. Doesn't mean that they only have to see people throwing hands. They just want to see more striking. Don't really want to see as much wrestling, right? So kickboxing gives you that perfect solution. When you watch a good kickboxing match, they're kicking, they're whatever. You get all that mixed martial art like you do in the UFC, but you get boxing, and the workout is tremendous. Oh my God, you talking about working everywhere in your body. Like you don't realize how much core and things you are exerting by
Hmm.
throwing kicks, by being in a certain position when you throw punch to defend the kicks, then be able to throw out of those. You're using a lot. You're using a lot. So
You are.
And one of the most famous people at that, and I don't know if you guys, I don't know if we're dating ourselves, but Billy Blanks, with his black belt. Hey,
Hey,
Billy Blanks had a cracking. Hey, what was it, Taebo?
yes, Taebo. Exactly.
Billy Blanks had a cracking. Hey,
One,
my sister,
two,
oh, my
three,
oldest
four,
sister, oh,
five,
Sofa.
six,
Yeah, hey,
seven,
hey, Billy
eight,
Blanks, hey, he
eight,
cleaned
seven,
up.
six.
Hey, Billy Blanks cleaned up. In his
Dude.
time frame, he cleaned up.
Yeah,
Um, and they were jumping on it, and I remember Sophia, mom, my sister Sophia used to do it, like when they would have it at the base. They would, I think they had it at McClellan, like like they would have the classes and the instructors, and she was going up there and she was kick, kick, punch, punch, and she was sweating and she was losing weight, and yeah, so Billy Blanks is the truth. And then his son has a workout for disabled kids.
yeah. You following in
Um,
footsteps. Yeah,
because all of those exercises, they work. They work. You can if you are into that heavy. I mean, obviously you'll do other little workouts, but if you're into that heavy, it's a reason why boxers, when they box, they're boxing. They're doing all
right,
kind of different stuff, because I mean you don't. I mean, obviously you get on the weight, you do other things, you do strength things, neck things to strength, all the cores, sit ups and all that. But you're in there going
right.
because you are literally using the epitome of your body strength. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So there's always a good workout. So God bless him that he has a workout for disabled kids. My point is because they can get really good workouts with those exercises because they work everything.
I agree. And I just want to chime in really quick. Portion control is amazing with Noom. I actually did have a cookie and chips today.
There you go.
Simple Mills make these cocoa nut butter cookies. So I only had one. And then I think is it Lily's, June Lilies or something like that? Those tortilla chips, lime,
Mm.
July, Lily's something July or whatever. But I got like seven of those. Jalapeno lime chips or whatever. And that was kind of my snack with I had some guacamole with some salsa earlier today. But again, I watch my portion, instead of having two servings, I kind of split the one serving in half. So instead of two
Mm.
cookies, I did
Mm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of 13 chips, I did seven.
Okay.
And so portion control definitely works. And like Anthony says, the one thing I wanted to chime in that he didn't say, but I didn't want to interrupt him, so I stopped, is it also affects your personality too. I am
Mm.
a totally, for the most part, very bubbly personality, probably the person who could get on your nerves because I'm just way jolly and bubbly and stuff like that.
Mm. Mm.
Um, but I also notice when I'm feeling better, it's even up on another level. Like
Yeah.
it's
True.
just
That's
your
true.
attitude. If you just test this, eat bad for a day.
True.
Eat bad for a day or don't eat at all because of your sugar drop, you will notice that your personality is probably a little bit cranky. Or if you find yourself in a bad mood, I would probably say, look at what you've probably eaten for the day. Because, like Anthony said, if you eat the right interval or the right portion for your body, you really do feel better. And I don't know for people who are joining, I am a Zen Zumba instructor, which is
Mm-hmm.
the physical part of Zumba, but it's also the nutritional part of Zumba. I also took 2 years in nutrition in JC College because I did want to be a dietitian initially. So I'm speaking of you of experience, but also speaking to you from an educational experience too, as well. Portion controls are so important. And that's why I do like Noon because I don't have to stop eating the things that I love. I don't want to be not anything's wrong with fasting. Fasting is great. And a lot of times in the morning, I do a dirty fast. I'll be very honest. Today for breakfast, I had a chai tea bag. I put some almond milk in it with some cinnamon in it. And I didn't probably eat I don't think I ate breakfast until close to noon because that chai with the cinnamon and everything kept me full. So that's probably a little dirty fast. But the point that I was trying to say is Noom says, hey, you don't have to do any of that. We want you to enjoy your life. We want you to have these things, but portion control is important, guys. So if you are trying to lose weight, don't stress yourself eliminating things. Eat what you said. Like Anthony said, they might have to be in interviews, wait every 2 hours, but don't stress yourself. And far as kickboxing, y'all, I did it today. I ain't gonna lie. I pulled up. Billy Blanks is a goodie. He's a goodie but
Hey,
oldie,
Billy
a oldie
Blanks
but
is the
goodie.
truth.
You hear me once, so that's why I was able to
Hey,
do it, and it just gives you that
William Blanks
glow.
is the truth.
I got that glow, that workout glow, that
Hey, the
workout
glow is real. I'm telling
glow.
you. Hey,
And
that
that's
all
Mario
goes into it.
Mendoza too.
The glow is real.
His
Hey,
his
look.
skin
Hey,
line is amazing.
hey, listen. The glow's real. You see, I'm over here glowing. Yeah, and the glow
But
real. The
Taebo,
glow
I
real.
mean, it
Hey,
does. You are sweating. If you have not done Taebo, guys, I just want to honor. We really want for Black History Month, Billy Blanks. We want to give him kudos. A lot of people don't talk about the force, the force he made
woo,
back in the day. When you
woo.
want to lose weight, all these new things are out here. We're just telling you, check out Billy Blanks.
Facts,
I'm telling you, you will sweat in the first 10 minutes because it
facts,
works your body overall. Him and his daughter, excuse
facts.
me, Shelly, they were a force to be reckoned with back in the day. And I'm so happy to see his daughter and his son. They're still out there doing things. So get in shape, guys. And if you try Billy Blanks or you do some portion control this week, let us know how it goes. But we want to bring this information to you because we know that health, I know it's cliche. Everyone's saying that health is wealth, but it is. I mean, it is. You know
It
what I
is.
mean?
It
Because
is.
when you feel better, you are able to be productive in so many areas. And so wealth is not just about money to me. Wealth is really the success every day of the journeys and the things that you're doing far as productivity. Anthony and I, Aunt Wow and I doing this show today, because we are in a good state of mind, this is wealth right now.
Right.
Because some people might have wanted to do their show, but they just didn't have the energy. They're like, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like recording it because they don't have the energy. So I'm telling you, turn that Billy Blanks on, get that and kickboxing. Here's another thing to add differently than what Aunt Wow said. It's good for men and women.
Yes. Yes.
It's one of
Yes.
those exercise that men, you will see the men and the men smiling more than the women in the video. So
Yeah.
kickboxing, I love it because Billy Blanks was the man in front of the TV where versus back in the day we used to see Jane Fonda, a lot of women in front of it. You know
Yeah,
what
that's
I mean?
true.
Other than like Tony Little, if y'all remember Tony Little back in the day, boy, he was on cloud 100. That's a whole nother story, Tony Little. But Billy Blanks was the face of it back then. And so it's a good workout for men and women. And if you want to lose weight and lose weight quickly, do that, Billy Blanks, because I'm telling you, I think that scale dropped this morning because I did that kickboxing for the first time yesterday, which I hadn't did in a long time. And that's why I wanted to share it because it's something that I'm actively doing and I know that it works.
Hey, Billy works. Can I shout out another one real quick too?
Yeah.
I will tell y'all, and I'm saying a super duper pause because of the gentleman I'm about to mention. But hey, Sean T, them insanities. Have you ever done those?
Oh, Shanti. I
Hey, dog.
couldn't make it. I
Hey,
said,
in the
Jesus, help
spirit of
me.
Black History, in the
Jesus, help
spirit.
me with Shanti.
Hey,
He was
dog.
a goat. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
listen, that damn Insanity. Hey, man, listen, I've done it. I've done it a few times.
Yeah.
Pause. I mean, again, but I've done it a few times. Like, you go through the whole cycle. It's about 60 days. And hey, listen here. Hey, man, listen here. Say what you want to say about the brother. Because everybody lives a certain way or whatever. Say what you want to say.
He
Run
was
up on
beast.
Shanti if you want to. Listen
Yeah,
here.
he was a goat.
Listen. Run up on Shanti if you want to. You can say what you want to say. You can have your opinion. Let me tell you one something here. Run up on that light skinned cat if you want to, bruh. Hey man, Shanti got something waiting for you, bruh. I promise you. Hey, them things ain't no joke.
I used to stick with Shanti's dance video because them insanities used to drive me crazy. Y'all, let me show my
Woo!
shirt because my boyfriend get mad because I ain't been wearing this shirt. But he
That's what you
bought me
should have
this
been
for
with. That needs to be
Christmas.
every week.
I'm that legendary
Julian,
Lisa
shout
that
out.
everyone talking about. Hey, there you,
Julian, shout out. That
Julian
need
is
to be wore every
amazing.
week.
He
That
wanted
need
me
to
to
be wore.
shout
You need
out
to
the
wear. You need to
shirt.
get a
He's like,
different
you ain't worn
color.
my shirt
Yeah,
yet.
you need
Okay,
to
I
get.
wore it. No.
You need to
But
get like all different colors. You need to get all the grays, the whites, the blues, the reds.
that's
You
a,
need to get
a
all
adult
that. Not
message,
to not
right?
to say you got to wear it every week, but you need to be able to break those things out.
I'm that legendary Lisa everybody's talking
That's
about.
hot.
I love that. I
That's
love that,
hot.
baby. Thank you so much. You're amazing. All right, guys, let's get into these hot topics.
What up, though?
All right, you want to take the first one and I'll take the second one?
Let's see here. We got Irv, the Greater Allen AME Cathedral Church. It was private, but of course there are videos that are surfacing that JaRule gave an emotional speech at his funeral. People in attendance were Gayle, Jay-Z. It was good that Jay-Z showed up. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Ashanti, it was good she showed up. That's awesome. Hype Williams, Ruff Ryders, Angie Martinez, Charlie Baltimore. It's good that she showed up.
a lot of people showed
And
up.
so many more. It was good that at the end of it, um, because even like I said, Rough Riders, like a lot of people named on this list, he's had some rocky relationships with,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you know, um, when this happens, it just reminds you that things are bigger, and so
absolutely.
it was just good. It was good. Uh, I'm sure. I know for a fact. At the end of the day, Ja, again, regardless of what you say, whatever side you land on, I'm just looking at it as brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm fans of both. I'm fans of 50. I'm fans of, I like, I know none of them ever did me wrong. So, in that, Ja and Irv, they always stayed down. So, just seeing Ja, just that whole dynamic, I know that's completely life changing for him because at the end of the day, them two stayed down, broke, rich, whatever it was, them two stayed down. So
Yeah,
just salute, just just giving whatever honors to both the unalive and the ones still here, uh, you know, going through some hard times as a result of the ones that are unalive. So,
absolutely. And Ja
good,
Rule,
just good.
yeah.
Good. Show up and pay homage. Show up and it's never easy. You never have the words to say. All you can do sometimes is just go, right? And
Yeah.
so it was cool
He
that they went.
Yeah, I heard his a little bit of his message. Again, there was not supposed to be any video, but a lot of videos did surface at Irv Gotti's funeral, and I did hear JaRule's emotional speech. It was very, very emotional. Brought tears to my eyes too as well because, he got JaRule started. And there'll always be a certain respect you'll have for people that helped you along the way. You cannot forget those people, even if there are a distance between you guys. You cannot forget people who helped you along the way. And talking about Jay-Z, just shout out to Jay-Z. Those charges got dropped, and I admire the fight that you did not you stand 10 toes down. You know what I mean? You made it be very known. I will fight you to the end, and you did. And so I'm so happy that that stress is off of you, off of Beyonce, off of your kids, just your whole family. I can't imagine being accused of those things. So shout out, congratulations to Jay-Z for beating that and having those charges dropped.
Um, Huge shout out for that. And then I also just want to say something real quick about Jay Z. And then we can keep it moving. I'm giving a shout out to Jay Z, and again, we've already talked about it in length. We ain't got to go down no rabbit hole, but it still don't mean that it didn't happen or that you know it doesn't deserve a shout out.
Right.
But on some real, shout out to Jay Z for his for his Super Bowl selection because I don't know if he's
Hey.
I don't know if he's gonna get another shot. So what a way to go out.
Oh, okay. All right.
You feel me? What a way
Okay.
to go out. And you know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like I don't know. I just, a lot of times you read things because of whatever. Again, although it was the highest viewed and it's received the highest views out of any of them all in history. So I mean it can't be that bad.
Right.
You feel what
Right.
I'm saying? So yeah, don't let, Easy E. I don't fully agree with this, but I do understand his sentiment in saying it. He said this well before the movie. I know a lot of y'all heard this in the movie, but I heard him say this before, like in interviews or whatever. And the phrase in the movie when he said, "All publicity is good publicity." I don't agree with that. I ain't gonna go do nothing just to get publicity, but I do understand the revolutionary rebel spirit behind what he's saying. And I say that to say y'all naysayers can say what you want. It's saying something else. So shout out to Jay-Z for making, for being a part of that. Not that he would have went wrong had he went another way. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? If he would have went the Wayne way, it would have been dope too. Wayne is everybody knows how much I love Wayne. It's not even
right.
nothing like that. But the fact that it did to go this way, the fact that you made that decision, the fact that everybody came through and represented
Yeah.
in that spirit, it's saying something, man. Regardless of what the naysayers say, the numbers are saying otherwise. So just wanted to, give that.
Absolutely, guys. And listen, go check out my video. The dance trend is going on with the Ursher set. So I did want to kind of
Yeah,
help
that was a
detail.
real good incorporation of the Ursher step. That was good, because it's right in the pocket. It's still really street. Like everybody can do it, even the gangsters can do it. That's why it resonates. And the old people can do it. Everybody, that's in the spirit, and that's what I'm saying. It's all in the spirit. If you really
Yeah.
look, pay attention, it's all in that spirit, and that's why it's beautiful.
And actually, it's funny you say that because what motivated me, I did see this old white couple doing it, and they were the
I
cutest doing it. Da, da, da,
getting it done.
da, 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 da. And so, obviously, as a flight
Hey,
attendant, I made it about aviation. And
hey,
I saw this really good, I think his name is Mark Raleigh or something like that. He did a really good imitation. So, I took his as if he was telling me to come join it and do it. So, that just says that his Super Bowl performance is still, it's still rocking because people are doing that dance trend right now, which
yeah,
is
it and it's
amazing.
and it's and it's and it is the beauty of it again, real quick. But the beauty of it in that you just said is that regardless of whatever portrayal you want to say, that particular trend is ageless, it's sexless, it's colorless. Everyone's doing it. So
Absolutely.
old, young, white, black, everyone, Mexicans. I've seen a couple of Mexican put their flavor, but still
Right.
doing,
Yes,
again,
everybody's
like you
doing
said,
it.
old white people. I don't know if I've seen the same ones you've seen, but
It's
I seen like a
funny.
little white clique do it, and they was actually they was stepping with it. Actually,
Right.
they actually was rolling. So that's where the spirit lies, and that's what me and Lisa Renee been saying all the time. You just got to get past the bull crap. The spirit is right there, and
Boom.
that's the point.
That part. So Representative Crockett, she was on The View and she discussed obviously our new P person and his inner circle and how she feels that he is out for himself. And I'm not trying to say words, guy, because y'all YouTube, I'm telling you, when you try to do a AdSense, they will mess you up, censor you if you say anything with the P word. So that's why if y'all wonder, excuse me, why is she saying it fully out? Because I'm still trying to learn this. I'm like, can we just talk about what's happening in the world? It's funny that they try to censor you on stuff that's happening in the world right now. How
It's
can we
happening.
not talk about it? So she went on The View. And if you know anything about Representative Crockett, she's going to tell you how it is. But her main message, and that I just want to share on my platform, is she feels that America needs to be mindful of the lies that are spewing out of said's mouth. She also discussed that we need to speak to people who are being let go from their positions and their jobs. She wants to know how is it being delivered, because based on how it's being delivered, she said will tell you a lot about the person that's in charge. And so for people that are into politics, I just wanted to share that. She was on The View. If you wanted to see the full the full talk on it, it talked about some of her controversial moments that she has actually had in things like that. So yeah, very outspoken on The View, but that's her style, that's who she is.
Hey, listen, and continue to do that, Jasmine. Nah, for real. Like, what
Yeah,
I'm saying, regardless, again, listen, everybody needs to be, hey, listen, continue to. And Jasmine cute too while you playing.
she is beautiful. Yeah,
She got a good little black girl. She got a pretty black girl thing going on. I like her
she's
little black
gorgeous.
girl thing.
Yeah,
But
she's
but
beautiful.
no, she's out here. She run tell that. She's out here run tell that. And
Yeah.
the thing about her, real quick, because you already discussed it. We ain't got to go down no crazy rabbit hole. But the thing about her though, is if you get past whatever party line or whatever she's on, if you listen, because this is, I think we just all need to, on both sides, on any side, really, because I don't really, never really on any of that. It's just about the utter craziness. And, it just happens to be associated with some crazy whatevers. But if you listen to her, a lot of the stuff that she's talking about, she's really just trying to deliver the facts. Now,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, she's going to insert her, her viewpoint on it because, her message has to appeal to a certain group of people so that we understand what's going on. But even in that, she's not really out here like a lot of the stuff that she's talking about when she's giving warnings or whatever, you can just fact check what she says. And a lot of the time, most of the times it comes back because she's just talking about it's kind of like what me and you do. We just kind of talk about the fact. Now we'll give our, we got spins on it. We got spins for days
Right.
on it, right? But in that is what that is. You see what I'm saying? And so she goes on and she goes on a particular rant about a bill that's being passed and what he's trying to do and all this kind of stuff. You know, you know, she's really her 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 goal is to root her message in facts. So that automatically will that speaks a lot because it's a lot of times when people get on they spew rhetoric.
Yeah.
I'm not saying 100% perfect or anything like that, but I am saying something is to be said for those that try and get across their viewpoints that are rooted in facts and not biased things that they choose to focus on. So
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. And then I also appreciate people who speak up. Many people play a staff position, and there's nothing wrong with playing a staff position. We do need people to stand in the back and work the things in the background. But the people that speak up are the people who gravitate change throughout our world. And
right.
so, whether you disagree or agree with a person who speaks out, you got to give kudos to people who are willing and bold enough to speak on things that they are passionate about, especially when they feel like they're trying to do things for the people. And I do feel like she is one of those who tries to look out for other people when she is delivering her message. So,
What up?
yeah, let's get into some good news. You want to share this one? I'm so excited. I'm so, excuse me, I
Uh,
almost did another mother special edition because I wanted to drop this, but I said I'm gonna wait. I'm so happy. But go on, talk about and let the world know not
a,
guilty was the case that they gave him.
yeah, ASAP Rocky, not guilty was the not guilty was the case that they gave me. Um, 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 and so yeah, and a lot of people, he's not guilty.
Period.
I believe we talked about it, and um, I was saying earlier that for him to turn down the plea deal that would have landed him, what was it, 180 days in
24,
jail?
24 years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But if he accepted the plea deal, wasn't he gonna get like 180? Oh, maybe I was talking to
I don't
oh, maybe I was
remember.
talking to Neva about that. I thought we talked
Okay.
about it on the show. I
Yeah.
thought we talked about it on the show.
We
But
did
anyway,
talk about, but I don't know specifically the days. I just knew
I
he
be,
would have got 24
I
years.
believe he would have got had he did a plea
Oh,
deal.
yeah, 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 yeah. I do
It was like
remember. Yeah.
180 days or something like that, which is like
Yes.
6 months. So
Mm-hmm.
for him to turn that down, he had to feel really confident, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so obviously he felt like he didn't want that on his record. I mean, that's a heck of a risk for 24 years. So, regardless for anybody, you know what I'm saying? That's, to get not guilty, to stand on your, even if you feel like you got a shot, there's still some unknown there. So to stand on your platform, like, I'm not even talking social media platform. I'm just talking about platform of life and saying,
Right, right,
you
right.
know, um, not guilty, nope, I'm not doing it. And then to get found not guilty, him and Rihanna, two young kids, you're just at the, you found the love of your life. You're at the best point in your life. And,
Mm-hmm.
it's cool that didn't get stripped from him.
Mm-hmm. I'm so happy. And it was so funny
Stripped
because
from them, actually.
them
'Cause,
really,
yeah,
and
it's
some
it's a them in there.
No, exactly, Rihanna. Somebody had tried to ask her a question, and y'all know if it's one person that's authentic and real, is that Rihanna? And she put her hand up and pretty much proposed the question back to the person. And I can't remember what it was, but it was something like, "How does he feel about losing his childhood friend?" And she was like, "How would you feel?" Rihanna's like, "Listen, honey, the song and dance is over. Y'all don't come with me with no foolishness because y'all
Yeah,
know
yeah,
how
yeah,
Rihanna and how she rolls. She is not for the fakeness, right?
yeah.
She's gonna tell you how it is. But I'm so happy. People were upset about her bringing the babies in, but they didn't know if they were going to see dad or not. You know what I mean? If he had gotten guilty, we don't know if they were going to take him away right away. So as a parent, she did what she needed to do. She has stood by her man this throughout this whole time. I know a lot of people had a lot of negative things to say. I don't understand why anybody would be negative about anybody standing by the person that they love.
I don't
like
understand.
like I don't I we really, especially, let me talk to single women for a minute. We got to change our mentality. Like, I know y'all think marriage is
Mm,
it. No, not really. Not really. When two people are happy as they coincide together, let them people be happy.
yeah.
Because there's a lot of people married and miserable.
Facts.
Let me drop the pen. That's supposed to be my mic.
No, listen.
A lot of people are
These
married and
are
miserable. So
facts.
just
Don't get
because
it twisted.
a person chooses to create a family and they are unwed, it does not mean that they're wrong. Perhaps they don't want to take that step because they know, if I take that step, the potential can be divorce. Let these people date in the way that they feel that works for them. It is different for everybody. It is totally, totally different. True story. When I met Julie, I said, "Hey, hey, brother, you got
Hey,
this amount of
brother.
time. A ring better be on my finger." Now, the ring did get on my finger, but it ain't an engagement ring. It's a promise ring. One of my colleagues said, "Don't nobody do that high school shit no more." Like, I said, "You better shut up and stop tripping about my promise ring. I love my promise ring." But what I have come to learn while I holler when she said that, I said, "You're so ignorant. You gotta love your honest friends. You know what I mean? Your honest
Facts.
co-workers and stuff like that." But
Facts.
I get so many compliments on my promise ring. But um, what I have come to find, when you are very secure in your relationship, you don't even worry about that anymore. Like, it's something I don't even think about anymore because we're so solid and we're so secured in our relationship. If we get married, and when we get married, great, that'll be amazing. But it's not on the forefront of every woman's mind. Let's just start with just having a good, healthy relationship first before we're trying to walk down the aisle. Because once you walk down the aisle, that's it. That's it. And a lot of women don't want divorces after, their names constantly after. That was the old way of thinking. Years ago, we were forced into getting married. And what happened, especially for me, we end up getting a divorce because we were forced into making these quick marriages, so quick. And, God is going to look at you this way and that way and this way. And that's not true. God loves you for who you are. You think God loves Rihanna and Rocky ASAP because they're trying to create a family and they're monogamous and one-on-one? When you got people that are married and cheating with Tom, Dick, and Harry? Come on, guys.
Hey,
We got
dog.
to change our mindset. Get off of Rihanna's back and be happy that a man and woman are devoting themselves to one another and to their family. And that works good for them right now. And if they choose to get married, so be it. But what's right for them may be wrong for you. And what's wrong for other people might be right for another person's. Everybody's journey and story is just a little bit different. And a lot of people on Valentine's Day, you found yourself single because of your la boca. Okay, my Spanish, my grandfather, a little bit of that color. Is your la boca? You know what I mean? Right? So I'm telling you,
Running your mirror.
Manifest positive energy on other women so that that positive energy can come back on you. Men, manifest that positive energy on other men so that positive energy can manifest back on you.
Yeah,
You speak
it's
negative of others, that negativity has a way of coming back on you guys.
yeah,
And I want
it's
us all to win, whatever that goal may be. Marriage is not the goal for every woman or every man. Some people are happy being partners. And that's okay. Don't let the pressure of everybody making you feel like you have to be married at 25 or 35 or 45 or 50 or 50. It's different for everybody. We got to stop putting that pressure on people. Just focus on having fun, building a great relationship and friendship, and wherever it blossoms to, baby, let it blossom. Let
could
them
not
blossom.
agree with that more. I don't know why there's well, you can't blame nobody. It's just I could not have I couldn't agree with that more. It doesn't mean certain things don't need to happen or whatever, right? But it also, if you got a good thing going, man, you can look around and most people don't. So, it may look a certain way, you
Right,
know, it may appear a certain way.
right.
You start uncovering the doorsteps and the curtains of a lot of the people that you just see around, both near and far, both close to you and not close to you at all, or your neighbor or associate at work or whoever. If you look in the lens of most of those relationships, a good portion of them, they're not nearly as healthy as you think.
Mm,
So if you're in a really good, healthy one with somebody who loves your dirty draws, is monogamous, treats you like a king or queen, um, accepts your quirks, allows you to be your authentic version of yourself, not a
mm,
projected version that they have in their mind. This is both men and women.
yeah,
You're able to both be that person and just really talk some shop just on life in general, both hard and easy. Um, that's a good start. You know what I'm saying? You got
absolutely.
a good person. They ain't out here doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff. They whatever. Hey, if they got some quirks about them or whatever the situation is. But if you got a good person, man, don't get to thinking, and this is for everybody. This is for myself. I have to remind myself of that. Don't get to
Yeah,
thinking you can get out there and what I'm saying, you're gonna get exactly this version, and then you're gonna get the couple things that you may have wished have happened and still have all these things. I think that's what we think. I think that's the meaning of grass is green on the other side. You think you're going to get all these good things, and that
yeah,
doesn't mean staying no crappy stuff. Now, don't get it twisted. If
yeah.
you
No,
unhappy,
no, we're not talking
my
about
energy
unhealthy.
is the exact same that way. Like, what are
Right,
you doing in a situation that you ain't happy in? You best
right.
go on and get gone.
Yeah.
But if you are happy, you know, if you're genuinely happy and they genuinely make you happy, like in your core sense, and those that are genuinely happy or know how to be happy like that are able to differentiate that. And those that aren't, they will look at you in a certain way and be like, oh, well, what's up with them? And try and find critiques because they just might not understand. You
And
know what I'm
Ace,
saying?
here's the thing. This is a true. When you don't understand the comfortability of a healthy relationship, you do want to force and get married because these rules have been projected on you that this is the right way.
Mm.
I was that girl, but when I got
Mm.
into a healthy relationship, I was like, I don't even care about that anymore. I
Right.
am in such a healthy and happy place with my partner that you don't even care about that because what is most important? Having that title? Yeah, from a business standpoint, it can help some things. But I think what's most important, first and foremost, is that you guys are both in a good place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you both are in a good place. And I think
Yep.
that's what Rihanna and ASAP Rocky is doing. They're not rushing. Too many people rush. And then, that's why we have so many divorces, right now because
Yeah.
people do rush. So guys, unfortunately, hate to have to report about this. We had another airplane crash at the Toronto Pearson International Airport flight 4890 flipped over on its belly while attempting to land. It clipped a wing and then fire started to happen. This flight was coming from Minneapolis to Toronto. All 80 passengers survived, which is good. Kudos goes out to all the flight attendants as well as all the rescue staff, who was very efficient with getting people out and making sure that everybody was safe. The one sad thing that did really bother me is that I saw passengers grabbing their bags. And do understand, every time you grab a bag, you could potentially get another person behind you killed. The only thing you want to do in situations as such, from a flight attendant myself, is get off of that plane. Fuel could be leaking. You do not want to hurt another person behind you or hurt yourself. That telephone, clothes, all of those things can be replaced. Your pillow, these things can be replaced. Stop playing with your life and stop playing with other people's lives. Like we're having too many crashes, and then we had two jets that collided in Arizona, leaving two people unalive. It was a Learjet that was owned by Motley Crue, the singer Vince Neil. Thank God he was not on board. But we obviously don't want anybody on board. This took place at around 2:45 p.m. on yesterday. And the reasoning per FAA was that the Learjet's left main landing gear failed. So, this is why we started out with that inspirational quote, because we want people to stop taking life for granted. These people are just like you and I. They went to bed at night, woke up, decided to do something, got on a flight thinking everything was going to be fine. They get on flights, everything is good. And we have come to see in the last 2 to 3 weeks, not so much. I think that's a total, I want to say, of maybe about 9 people that have passed in less than a month with aviation crashes, right? Because we had 4 from DC. No, actually 4, 5, 6, 7, because the 3 that was in the Army. Then we had the medical plane crash. So that was another 7. That's 13. And then we have these 2 people. That's like 15 people in less than a month, Aunt Wow.
But the one DC, when you talking about, are you including that one, the Black Hawk one?
Yeah, because it was,
But but
no, it was
everybody on
more.
the,
Oh my God, because I was in
yeah,
the
that's what I'm saying.
passengers.
I'm like, what?
Jesus. I was thinking about just
Yeah,
the, oh my God. So
yeah, we're
imagine.
close to a C note. Like we're
Yes.
close to triple digits,
Think about that,
including
guys.
that.
Think
Yeah,
about that. Think
yeah,
about that. What I cannot encourage everybody, live your best life. Live your best life. And going back into the health, like we talked about it, if you feel better, you can do more.
yeah,
If you feel
yeah,
better, trust me on this, you can do more and take baby
yeah.
steps, because you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. We have seen too much in the beginning of 2025, way too much.
Way too much.
Way too much, guys. So
Way too much, guys.
yeah, so I am really, this is for some good news. SNL had their 50-year reunion. It was amazing. Some of the skits with Tracy Morgan and Eddie Murphy, and Keenan trying not to laugh at his skits with Eddie Murphy. Guys, if you have not seen some of them skits and you need a good laugh, you have got to go check out some of them skits. Now, people did get up in arms about Tom Hanks, and I'm going to be honest, y'all don't get mad at me. I'm just being very real with you. When I saw the Tom Hanks skit, before I knew people were mad about it, I hollered laughing.
Yeah, I
When
didn't.
that fool backed up, like he was afraid that black people was gonna touch her, I was like, you freaking idiot. I didn't even get mad at it, because obviously being a comedian, but it just didn't offend me, because some people do act like that. I've had old white women back up from me. That is, guys, he was not faking. If that's ever happened to you, raise your hand. It has happened to me.
I
It has
I
happened to
I
me.
I will need to, because I did see some of it. I didn't see
Yeah.
all of it, like, and
Yeah.
really get whatever. I know people are up in arms, but I want to give Tom the benefit. I love Tom
Mm,
Hanks. I'm a big Tom Hanks fan.
right.
And Tom Hanks gets it also. Like a lot of
Yes.
people may not understand. Tom Hanks is from the town. Tom Hanks is from Oakland, California, y'all.
Look
You
at
know what I'm
the movies
saying?
he's
I was
done.
yeah, I hung my picture for a while hung up next to Tom Hanks and at Sac State. Mine Danielle Truitt, a phenomenal actress.
Yes.
We hung up because Tom Hanks was up there because he went to Sac State and he did plays there. And when we did our play, it got so well received. There was a point in time, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it was hella long, like you go up there, it's still next to Tom Hanks. But there was a point in time it was next to Tom Hanks, you know. So Tom Hanks is he's been around, you know what I mean? Like he gets it. So I'm gonna watch it. I can't really comment on it. I gotta really watch it and sit with it.
He's like,
But if I under it's possible, and here's why I say this: it's possible that it could land on the same side because a lot of people felt a certain way and were outraged by
yeah,
Django,
true.
and I love Django. I mean,
Me too.
I mean, I love Django. You
Me
know what I'm
too.
saying? I mean, so if it's on that line of it, then yeah, I might be like, yo, come on, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, because I've had to have a lot of conversations with my brothers and sisters, and oh, I can't believe, and I'd be like, what you mean you can't believe? And they'd be like, oh yeah, with the part where he got eaten by the dogs, and I was like, well, did that happen? And they were like, well,
Right.
yeah, and I'm like, well, where's the inaccuracy? Like, I don't,
Absolutely.
you know, like that
Absolutely.
happened. What is the appallment?
Yeah.
what are we talking about? Like, you know, there's certain times, you know, where even we got to look at each other and be like, okay, y'all, you know, let's stay on the path. It's ours. You know what I'm saying? We just got to keep it ours. We can't just rent it to them and not get nothing back. As long as we keep it ours, we understand the context of it. So I don't know if it falls on that. I am going to look at it, but it's
You've
possible it
got
could.
to.
And if it does, I love Django. So
Yeah, it was funny. And again, I'm glad I saw it before I saw all the hate about it because I think if I had had that in my head, I would have started to scrutinize it. But when I looked at it initially, I just looked at it as comedy and I laughed because, like I said, I've been
yeah,
in that situation before. I've even been the one that I remember a lady was trying to touch my hair and I was like, I did that to her. I was like,
yeah,
no, y'all,
yeah.
it's so proud. No, ma'am. I just got this hair done.
No man,
Don't touch me now. I said, so
don't touch me now.
I done been on the other end too as well. You know, the thing I would tell you, if you would put all that energy and time in your life, my God, who and what could you be?
Yeah,
If
facts.
you will put all the time and the energy that you put into worrying about other people's lives, my God, what would you be? Comedy sometimes is going to bother people, and I get it. But also, there are people get it. You know, comedians
Yeah,
are the people sometimes that will push the envelope and tell the truthful story from someone. It might not have happened to you. It's happened to me on both ends. I've been the
yeah,
one that back from a person, but I also have also been on the elevator with somebody backed up from me. I've been in the store where someone backed up from me.
yeah,
So what I want people to take from this that was very true.
yeah,
That
yeah,
what somebody most stories that are written from people, they come from a real place a lot of times. Even though
yeah.
you may not have experienced it, it doesn't mean that it does not reign truth for someone. And maybe it
Right.
was funny to me because I have been in that experience. And I think Ace said it, Aunt Wow said it best. It's like, guys, I call him Ace. I've been calling him that for over
Yeah,
20
yeah,
years.
yeah. Don't,
But
yeah.
so
I
if
mean,
you hear me
you
say
said
Ace,
my
it's
name
Aunt
a couple
Wow.
times. Now they know when you say
They
Ace, you
know that
talk about me. So now you can continue going on with that. You ain't got to
exactly.
continue.
So
No, that's
the
that.
thing that's the ANT Ace ACE. So guys, God, I lost my whole path. But oh, this is what I was gonna say. Tom Hanks, I think Aunt Wow said it best. He is a smart enough actor to know, right? For
I
you
think
guys to
so.
boycott his movies, y'all crazy. I might go upstairs and watch him with that little ball in a minute. Think about the pieces of works that he does work, right? That represents to me diversity a lot of times if you watch the
Yeah,
pieces that he actually gets. So I'm not going to do that. I think people just don't get it, but that's what comedy is. Sometimes everyone doesn't get it, but it doesn't mean we gonna stop doing it. As a
Yeah.
comedian, I know that every joke I've done and landed, everybody hasn't always liked it, but there are some that did. And that is sometimes the risk you take in the craft that you pick up and that you do. You just have to know that everybody is not your niche, and that's okay.
Yeah. I
That's okay.
yeah, I just like I say, if it lands Tom Hanks, I like we've saying the same thing, but I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt. I like Tom. Uh
Absolutely.
Tom's always been pretty solid. So
Now that Blake,
Tom's a real one. If I
that Blake
till I'm
Lively and
proven
Ryan,
otherwise, Tom's a real one.
yeah, that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds joke now, that one fell flat. I
Well,
said it fell flat as somebody with a flat butt that looks like a pancake or like a taco. You know what I mean? Boy, it fell flat. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Who wax on? Who wax off? It was flat. It was flat, and people were pissed because they're like, "How are you guys joking on such a serious issue?" So
yeah.
people were not happy about that. But I thought it was funny when Keenan, I don't know if it was like Black Jeopardy, Ace, if you see it. And so basically, Keenan with his silly stuff talking about this is a panel of everybody understood
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Super
yeah,
Bowl
yeah,
halftime
yeah,
show.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
a panel that everybody got the show because
yeah,
the
for sure.
entire panel was black.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I was
yeah,
hollering.
yeah, yeah. And
I was,
Keenan's really good too. Like
he is. And
he's really
Eddie,
good. He's still underrated. Like he's really, really good.
he's amazing. And
He's really good.
he was doing this prison skit with Eddie Murphy, and you can see Keenan not trying to laugh because Eddie Murphy, of course, is acting a plum
Yeah,
fool. And
yeah.
I would have been the same way. You see Keenan trying his best not to laugh, guys. If y'all need to laugh, you have got to watch some of the skits. Comedy, everything doesn't land with everybody, but there will be some pieces in there that will make you laugh. It is just
Right.
super, 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 super funny. Congratulations, SNL. Can y'all hire a girl? I mean,
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
3 books up here I done wrote. I mean, I can
She
write the
does.
joke. I would like to act the jokes, but I can write the jokes. Come on, SNL, hire a girl. I'm just saying. Got to put that out there, okay?
Hey, yeah, hey, listen, they listening. It just depends on when they gonna act, but they listening. I promise you that.
Watch my skits, Thick Mala Harris, honey. The
Thick
Valentine's Day skit,
Mala.
Dr.
That is
Umar and
funny.
Roland Martin skits. I got so many skits out there. Check them out, guys.
Thick
But
Mala is classic.
so Drake new album dropped. Oh, Valentine, right? What is it called? Valentine? What? I didn't even write this new album.
I
I want
don't
to know
know.
this
It's
album.
with him and Party Next Door. Um, I haven't heard any of it yet. Well,
Some sexy songs for ya. That's what it is.
some sexy
Drake and the
songs
Party
for
Next
you.
Door. Oh, that's it. Drake and the Party Next Door album review, but some sexy songs for you. Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, yeah, and it's gonna stream well. Drake's always gonna stream well.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. That is one thing. It doesn't matter. I was having this conversation the other day. That part's not gonna matter. Drake's always
right,
gonna stream well.
right, right. Period.
Let's just keep it a thou wow. Like
Right.
Drizzy always gonna stream well. I haven't heard it yet. Um, the reviews, I've gotten a couple reviews of it from people who are way in that demographic to like really like Drake. And like my boy's daughter, for instance, she's 15. So I mean, no pun intended, y'all. I'm just saying. But like, that's literally whatever. And so she was asked, she was like, "Have you heard it yet?" And I was like, "No." And I was talking to her about it, and I was like, "Well, how is it?" And she was like, "Well," she's like, "There's a couple songs on there that are really cool, but
Mm-hmm.
she was just kind of like." And then a couple other people I talked to were just kind of like the same. Like I know Charlemagne and them kind of entered those sediments as well. Like it was just
Mm-hmm.
kind of like ha ha ha. So um, I haven't
Yeah,
listened to
DJ
it. I
Envy
will
loves
listen
Drake.
to it. I always listen to. I was telling my boy this, and he was like, "For real?" And I was like, "Yeah." Anytime when Drizzy comes out with something, I'm always going to give it a listen. So I'll listen to
Absolutely.
it. Um, it's going to stream well for sure.
It did. It's
We
streaming
talking
very
about
well.
Drake.
I
It's going to
normally would have
stream
listened
well.
to it by now, Drake. I'm so sorry. I do love your work. But it's just been busy. I just got home from flying. The weather has made flight attendants schedules just crazy. And so when I got home, all I could do is sleep But I definitely want to check out the album, guys. If you checked out I'm probably gonna check it out as soon as we get done with this show so that we can give a real good review. Drake is extremely talented, so I am looking forward to hearing that album.
Yeah, him and Party Next Door. That's
I know.
very interesting. Um, very interesting.
He
You
did have
know,
some shots they talked about on the Breakfast Club to
that's the only little
Drake.
part that I heard when he
Yeah, he
said
did.
F,
They said he
F the
took some
beef, I'm trying to
shots.
keep the party lit, or,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I guess that's, I mean, yeah, I guess that's where you know what I'm saying? I guess that's where you're going to be. Like, just very interesting. That's a whole nother discussion because I'll get into some way abstract stuff with respect to like just the whole thing. So, but yeah, it's gonna stream well. It's Drizzy. It's always gonna stream well.
Right.
Um, and I say that with I mean, shoot, it's always streamed well. So, I say that as a compliment. Like, it's gonna stream well for sure.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Just a big shout out, guys. If you live in the Delaware or Philadelphia area, please hear me good. Even if you're in DC, because you can make a trip. There's a restaurant called Chubby Chicks. Chubby Chicks was on the news and was talking about how her establishment is being harassed. She's having rodents that have been left on her step. Water damage has been happening. Signs. They've just been doing everything they can, telling her that her restaurant does not belong. Julie and I are going to be out there this weekend. I'm encouraging everybody to go out and support Chubby Chicks. She has already put a message out there because people are starting to hit up her restaurant in droves. And we want to
Wow.
continue to keep it going to say that this woman, and she basically said, this is it. If she can't keep this restaurant, this is all her life savings. And I know from a business owner when you put everything in something and someone's trying to ruin it. And if it goes down, you lose everything. So
Wow.
please, guys, the weekend is coming. Go out and support her restaurant. It's called Chubby Chicks. It's in Philadelphia. I am definitely going to get there. I think she's like early hours. It's like an 8 to 3. I'll try to get some footage. Hopefully, the owner is there. I'll definitely try to get an interview if I can with her. But we need to go out and support. And the beautiful thing, Aunt Wow and everybody, when I saw the people that was supporting her, it was everyone. It was everyone from all
Yeah.
walks, every
Yeah.
races, not just
Yeah.
Black people. Everyone was supporting her because at the end of the day, who don't want no good food?
Facts.
Yeah, y'all know if there's one thing Black
Come
people can
on.
do is we can cook. Okay,
1000%.
let
Stop.
me tell
Stop
you,
playing.
when
Stop
we
playing.
historical data, we would take the
Stop playing.
scraps of stuff and make food and stuff like that. So people want good food. So the fact that you will push something out that could be so good to your belly, it just makes no sense to me, guys.
Right.
We have got to come together. Let's stop being ignorant towards one another. So go out, support Chubby Chicks. If you're in that area, a lunchtime, a dinner time, or this weekend, let's blow her up. Check the times. I don't know her time. Like I said, I think she's an early morning, but make sure you check her hours online, see if there's reservations and stuff like that. But let's support this young entrepreneur out there trying to do her thing and her love of cooking. So,
I didn't, did they say, I never said, like, did they say why that's happening?
oh, there it's the R word.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah.
R
Yeah. That's
blank
what I,
C blank.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, S
Yeah. Yeah.
blank.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
got you. I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was very much stated she does not belong there.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
they
Yeah. Yeah.
said. And
Yeah.
we have to stop that foolishness. We really have to stop that foolishness. Everyone belongs in every place that they are. We all deserve an equal shot. We all deserve it.
Yeah. We need to stop that narrative around the foolishness. Like, for real.
Right. Absolutely. Let's talk about sports. Woohoo!
Yeah, 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 yeah. So it's been an eventful 7 days. We had NBA All Star Weekend in the
Yeah.
Bay Area, the Yay area. representing and such. So, that's always a welcome sight, Northern California in the building and all those kinds of things. But there was a new format with the tournament style. So I know we only got one comment, but if you guys could come leave a comment, because I genuinely want to know what did you guys think? You know what I'm saying? It was a new style to get them to play hard, and that's a whole nother conversation. I think I'm. Hey, look, yeah. Speaking of another mother, what would you say? Another mother, exclusive or something like that,
Like a special
or
edition, yeah,
special
or
edition, or
exclusive, yeah.
I'll do one my or whatever. But there's they did the new format to try and get players to play hard, and it's just
Mm,
very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because in the All Star game was always the All Star game, but y'all know back in the day, like when it came, second half, the middle of the third quarter, fourth quarter, that's when it buckled down. That's when you saw the best in the world playing against the best in the world, and that just has not been the case. So they had to come up with a
mhm,
new format. So like I say about the comments, I want to know what y'all really, really think. You know what I'm saying? Did you like it? What did you think? I personally didn't have any beef with it.
mhm.
Once I realized what it was, so they did like the young cats on Friday. So they had like the rising stars for the rook versus the rookies.
Oh, okay.
So they did that on Friday. They had like 14 in a 4 team tournament on Friday, and the winner of that tournament was able to then be a part of the All Stars. So there was 24 All Stars. Shaq, Kenny, and Chuck were the GMs of 3 teams, and then they each selected 8 players. So that's 24. And then the team that won the tournament on Friday was going to make the 4th team, and then they were going to do that tournament. They did the tournament All Star Weekend. So that was in an effort to increase the competition, have people play harder. It did. They did play harder. That's I did like it. I didn't mind the format. I just think they need to. I think it needs to be a little longer. It was to 40, and these cats can store 40 like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I did leave myself like, although I did not want to see last year when they didn't play any defense at all, this year it was a little too short. I did want more of that.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
that's one thing I think they're going to have to address. I know they didn't do time because they wanted to do score. Once you get to the 30s and stuff, they'll start clamping down really to not let the team get to 40. I get that. But I also feel like maybe you can keep the same tournament style, but maybe do a time and maybe make the shot clock less. I think there's ways to get more of the game, but increase the same mindset. So NBA, speaking of plugs, like Lisa just plugged herself, NBA, you want to get at me? I got some ideas. I think that'll work. And I
I like
got some
that.
advertising ideas. I think that can work too, and that I can really help with. So come get at your boy. I promise you, I got stuff to give you. But overall, it was dope. Um, so that was the All Star game. The skills. Then Saturday, it's All Star Saturday. So first was the HBCU game, which was dope. I actually went to that. It was awesome.
Oh, nice.
Sauce
Nice.
Tuskegee versus who them boys. Uh Morehouse,
Okay.
and all that. I had my little, 2-year attendance Tuskegee, so it was dope to be in the Skegee, represent Skegee one time. So that was dope. All
You
y'all,
started there, right?
I started at Skegee.
I
That's
thought
why. That's
so.
why everybody.
Boy, you
Oh,
were broke back
Tuskegee
then.
got the hump.
You got money now.
Skegee
You were
hump,
broke back
hump,
then, y'all.
hump.
Ooh,
Oh, Tuskegee got the hump.
college
Hump,
days was rough
hump,
for us,
hump.
okay?
Oh, that's Gigi got the hump. Yeah. Oh, you talk about broke.
Rough.
Hey, it broke ain't the word.
Ooh, I was
I know
Taco
everything
Bell's
nowadays
friend.
is to be flossy and shiny and all the things, and I get it. Do
Ooh,
your thing, young brothers and
boy would
sisters.
not
But
eat, y'all.
we
He would
came
not
from an
eat.
era where it was real and we was broke. We was hungry.
Ooh, Taco Bell. I didn't want to ask my mom for anything, boy. Okay.
We was hungry. We was broke. You know what I'm saying? You talk about starting from the bottom. We here, like we had to work through that.
We
Came
sure
from great
did.
families, not trying to front like we came from the bottom of the barrel or anything like
Yes.
that. But we talking about college living on campus, away at school. I'm from Sacramento. I'm in Alabama. I'm going to Skegee. A brother was broke. You understand me? Hey, my parents weren't sending no money anytime I called, asked for it. My mama sent one care package and 4 months.
There you go.
One care package, and I think another time she may have sent me $50. Make it do what it do, boy. You got 3 meals on campus every day. You better have yourself in that child hall and that mess hall,
Oh,
get them three
Jesus.
meals. You know what I'm saying? We ain't about to be sending, a whole bunch of stuff. Hey, we had to go to the Canary Grill. Hey, Canary Grill was $4.50. It got you a wet, sloppy, greasy old sandwich with some fries and a soda pop. We in the South, so it was a soda pop. So, we were hungry. We were broke. So that brought back those memories. It was the best time in the world. It was HBCUs served this purpose. And I say this to people who maybe not be as familiar. They do serve this purpose. You get a chance to meet a lot of different black people from a lot of different places. You may be from your place where you're at, and you may grow up around black people all the time. But
Yeah,
if that place isn't an international place, you're just around that kind of black people. So like people used to tell me, "Oh, it's gonna be a culture shock when you go," and I'd be like, "Nah, what you talking about, man? I'm around brothers and sisters all the time. What you mean?
right,
You know what I'm saying? In Sacktown, I'm around the brothers and sisters. What's happening, fool? You don't know
right,
what you're talking
right.
about." I went there and it's like a whole different culture because not everybody's from Sacramento. So you got to deal with people that are from all different places, all different walks of life, all different family environments, the whole thing. That's a lot to deal with, when it comes to, but it's my world has never been the same since. Like it was so big after that because you're meeting people from everywhere. You meet people from Jamaica. You meeting people from the Bronx who from Jamaica. You meeting this cat from Philly. You meeting this cat from
Yeah.
Africa. You meeting this. You guys are all in the same place. You know what I'm saying? You meeting the girl who used to braid my hair. Oh, her name started with a Z. I wish I could find her. She was awesome. She used to braid my hair. That's when I discovered her name started with a Z. I want to say Zendaya, but it wasn't Zendaya, but it was
Right,
something like Zendaya.
right.
Um, and she was from Chicago, but her family was originally from like Nigeria or something. Beautiful girl, beautiful sister girl, and she
Mhm.
used to braid my hair. And she was one of the people in my young adult life that drove the point home and helped me realize that good hair ain't just what they tell you on TV. On TV, as a black person, they say, "Ooh, they got that good hair," meaning, "Ooh, it's more straight and more da da da."
Yeah,
Well, my stuff is very ethnic. It's very thick. It's very all the stuff. It's all the things. There's a lot of brother and sister in this hair from long crops of Wakanda. So it would in the normal world
stop
wouldn't be.
lying. You know you got that good hair.
But it is that good hair though. You know what I'm saying? That's my point though. That's what I'm saying. It is within that context. And she drove that home. She said, "Boy, with all this," and she was like, "Ooh, you got that good hair." And I was like, "Oh, what you mean?" I thought she was just joking. And she was like, "I was like, oh, it ain't straight or nothing." She was like, "No, boy,
You're
what you
being
talking about?
silly,
You
guys.
got this good, healthy hair. It's dense.
Right.
It's soft. It's got all this body and woo." Hey, she would have me in there. I get up there feeling like my name was Moses from the tribe of Africa. Like I felt regal when I got up out of her chair. Um,
That's when he had a lot of hair back in the day, y'all.
that's
He
when I
was
had that
rocking
hair,
braids
boy.
going for
That
that.
African was dripping tough. So that was just good. It was good to just be in that environment. It's good to see the turnout. Oakland turned out. It was at the Oracle Arena. Oakland turned out. Like the whole bottom section was
Nice.
filled. Like, it was good to see the turnout support. It was dope. They playing all the songs we love. Everybody in the crowd singing it. They do that swag surf song. Everybody swagging and surfing. It was
Right.
dope, man. It's
Right.
dope. Like we
That's
need
awesome.
we need that. We just need to be reminded of that. Everybody knows I love to be around everybody. I got close people in all walks of life. But being around that, it's awesome. It's special. And even those people like to be around that. They be like, "Oh, this is tight." So one of my best friends in the world, Dennis Smith, big Asian dude, one of my best friends in the world, could have went to Tuskegee to play football. And me and Tanette was trying to get him to go because we was like, "Yo, are you looking at it the wrong way? You like, oh, I'm going to be the only Asian dude there." Nah, dude, they would have loved that fool out there. What?
Right.
He would have had a
Right.
ball because trust me, the
Right.
few others that were out there, that there's others that went and they had a great experience. So don't sleep.
That
Um,
part.
so that was dope. Victor Wembanyama from the San Antonio Spurs is
Hmm.
expected to miss the rest of the season with a blood clot in his shoulder. Um,
Dang.
yeah, very, very. You know. he's 7'4", 7'5",
Right, right.
you
He's
know, with that
really tall.
size, and he's
He-
not to even single him out, but it's always kind of one of those things. Like from an organizational standpoint, you couldn't pass up on him. He's 7'5", he could do everything. He could shoot, he could
Right.
block, he could dribble, he could do all the stuff. But it's also like, health wise, is what's his
Because
health
that
going to
over,
look like? Because a lot of
yeah,
people who have been that size, their NBA careers haven't been that long because your body and heart can only support so much. So
right.
shouts out to the young brother. He's a phenomenal player.
Feeling energy.
Wimbayana from France. His sister also plays ball. I think it's his older sister. I just going to give her a shout out because she's cute as all heck. Hot. Cute little light skinned thing. You know what I mean? I like them all across the board. Light, dark, middle. I like them all. She's a cute little light skinned thing. So that was very interesting. Chris Bosh, for all the NBA fans that remember, he actually had to cut his career short. Luckily, I think he still made the Hall of Fame, but because of blood clots. So this is definitely not no
Right,
small thing.
right,
Medicines that they could try and give him, like blood thinners or whatnot,
right.
doesn't coincide with the physical activity. So that's why he has to take the time off. They hope that he'll be ready by the beginning of next year. And so do we, because he's the next phenom. Like, he's expected to carry the torch, after the greats, the
Yeah,
greats, the last greats of this era, the LeBrons, KDs, Steph Currys, James Harden, Westbrook. After these cats that are still performing at a high level, Dame Lillard. After these cats that are still performing at a high level, when they leave, it's going to be the young bucks, and he's supposed to
right.
lead that charge. So, hopefully he's able to come back and be as productive as he was before he left.
Amen to
Lakers
that.
lost again last night to another team that's like at the bottom of the league
I
standings. So
know.
this is important because now this is the post LeBron Luca Magic. Um, they were on a roll. They had won like their previous 9 out of 11 before
Mhm.
Luca took the floor. I think they won their first game he's played, but then since then they've lost 2 games to 2 teams that they shouldn't have lost to. We're getting into the second half of the season. The playoff race is getting thick. It's getting tight. These are 2 games you should not have lost, and you got to play Portland tonight. You should be winning these 3, and instead you got to wonder you cannot lose another game. So that was big. Luka's still not in shape. That was an issue that Dallas had. He doesn't look like he's in really good shape, which is why they traded him in the first place. And so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I think they'll be all right. LeBron is still LeBron. He was acting a fool in the fourth quarter last night, but
Right.
you got to win those games. Uh, and then I wanted to mention this Debo Samuel. So for the football fans,
Hmm.
Debo Samuel Sr., let me get it right, requesting a trade from the 49ers. A lot of people were surprised like this. I know there was kind of talks like this before, but it was because of, and a lot of people think money or anything like that. It was actually because he was feeling overworked. Kyle Shanahan, sorry, used him as both a running back and a receiver, which he's awesome at both. He's
Hmm.
literally, I think, like if not the best, one of the top 5 best players in the league because of everything he can do.
Right.
But it was interesting because a lot of times in this situation, when you're able to be one of the best players in the league today, but possibly in history, if we're just talking about skill set, not accomplishments, but skill set.
Right.
Um, a lot of times people just kind of go with it. And so for him advocating for himself, I'm kind of giving that a thumbs up. Like,
That's
yes, I know I can do both of these things. Yes, I know I can, run the ball 15, 17 times a game and catch 10 catches a game. Yes, I know I can do that. I'm grateful I can do that. But that don't mean I want to have to do that every single game. I'm going to
yeah.
be trash by the time I'm 35. Like my body's going to be trash.
Right.
So, it's important for us to remember that. And I'm saying it's all players, all sports players. This is not a color thing. It's all sports players. But a lot of times we, because of our circumstances and where we come from, we'll just bear through some stuff.
Yeah.
And it's important to be smart about the investment of your time in this. Meaning, if you're somebody and you're in this, be smart about your time in it. I don't mean don't play because we want to see you play,
Right.
but also, your time is rented. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like how many people you know for 4 or 5 years they were the bomb, and then you just haven't heard of them again. Like they were the
Yeah.
bomb for 4 or 5 years, especially in football. Then you just haven't heard of them again. And it's like, well, what happened to that person? And it's like, no, you need to advocate. You want to play for a little while longer. You don't want to get ran over like that. So that was just kind of a advocate thumbs up, taking care of your mental health kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to kind of give that shout out because I thought that was a good mental, emotional, and physical health decision.
No, very good. Good sports. Thank you so much for that. So, guys, this week, our improv challenge, because there's so much going on with aviation, our scenario is going to be this. The person's question is, I want to be in aviation. Anthony and I are going to improv that, and you guys are going to tell us who did the best improv with that situation. I want to go into aviation. So we got 60 seconds,
Are
guys.
we answering that question?
It starts off with that. Someone's going to start. I will start off with that question.
All right.
You ready?
Yep.
And so let me put the stopwatch. We got 60 seconds to rock this time, and you guys are the judges. You let us know who won. So right now, I am starting the timer. Hey, I'm thinking about going into aviation. Any advice you can give me?
If you're going into aviation, the number one advice I can give you is make sure you're making a decision that's going to keep you safe because safety is key. You got to keep yourself safe. You got to keep your staff safe. You definitely have to keep the people flying safe. So be safe
Well, I just wanted to be a gate agent. I didn't want to be a flight attendant. Why do I got to be safe as a gate agent?
because you got to make sure you're letting in safe people so that everybody who wanted to be a flight attendant is going to be safe.
But what if I wanted to work into TSA?
If you want to work in TSA, it's even more reason. You're observing people that come through to make sure that they're safe.
Okay. I mean, that's a good point for me to actually think about. Do you think it's a good career?
There's good benefits. There's longevity in it. There's always going to need somebody who needs a TSA agent, but the hours will be long and they will be odd.
Hmm. All righty. And time. Woo, y'all, that's it. We extra. So 60 seconds goes by quick. And Wow feels that we should have more time because that
60
really
seconds is
did.
cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it goes by
Yeah, 60
so,
seconds is
so.
fine.
It is. It is. Yeah, it goes by so quick, and you can get a lot in. And we feel like you guys can judge it. But if you feel like no, we want y'all to go a little bit longer, you guys let us know, and we will definitely do that, guys. So we are going to wrap right here. I hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day. Unfortunately, with the weather and being bounced around and all the catastrophes and things that are happening, I didn't make it home for Valentine's Day. And so we are going to celebrate this weekend, but I did come home, guys, to unbelievable gifts and cards and candy and beautiful flowers and things like that. And I haven't even opened up everything because I want to wait to Saturday. So we are going to celebrate our Valentine's Day, which, just so you guys know, flight attendants, they celebrate holidays on different days. It's very common just because the line of work we do, we're not always home on holidays. So it might seem kind of odd for some people, but for flight attendants, I know two flight attendants, they always celebrate Christmas on a Tuesday with their children because most times they are working. So it is very common that sometimes we do have to spend holidays on a different day. So if you do want to be a flight attendant, that is something that you need to think about. So that's what we're going to do this weekend. We're going to make Valentine's Day this weekend, and I'm excited about that. How about you, Aunt Wheezy? What you got going on this weekend?
This weekend, this weekend I'm gonna be working. I got
Oh, you're working.
well, not other working, not
Entrepreneur work. Okay.
entrepreneur working
Gotcha.
exactly. So yeah, that's just gonna be kind of this weekend. Entrepreneur working, traveled last week. So entrepreneur working and just hanging back and chilling, watching a good hoop game on Saturday. Probably having me a little libation, to chill and things like that. And just get some work done and be grateful. That's
Oh,
about
be
the extent of it.
grateful. What
Be
a
grateful.
bar.
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, he couldn't have left you with a better thing. Be
Yes, ma'am.
grateful before you go to bed tonight. Um, Think about one thing that you're grateful for. Even in the morning, think about what are you grateful for this morning? You know, I think that's a good one. That's a really good one. I'm so glad that you brought up that, guys. We appreciate you. Get your coffee, get your tea, get your love. We will see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.